And we are back, dear viewers, with you, and I really have this question now in mind. Have you ever thought of creating a social media account? You had the idea, you prepared everything, but you are missing a logo or an intro or something related to it. You don't know what color to choose. You don't know what design, what shape or look you are, wanting or required to have your account looking good and with a good colors and all these kind of things that makes it shine to the audience. Well, today we have a very beautiful, special guest here with us to share his knowledge through the illustrating and Photoshop and all these things. Please welcome with me, Musaed Badr, the graphic designer. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much.
Did you like the intro?
Yes.
It was quite beautiful.
Of course.
I did my best. No, actually,
you did your job.
We are really happy to have you here with us.
Thank you.
So please look at your camera and tell the people something about you before we begin.
Okay. My name is Musaed Badr. I'm a senior graphic design student, an entrepreneur and a content creator.
Tell us, how did it all start? Your passion to graphic designing and all these things that you do.
Okay. So first of all, personally, I didn't know that there is something called graphic design. I used to design when I was young, like 13 years old. So since 2013, I used to have a YouTube channel. So if you are a YouTuber, you basically need a thumbnail, YouTube thumbnail. So I did my thumbnail design using my phone. And in 2017, when I graduated from the high school, I realized that there is a whole major called graphic design, where you can create a social media design, you can do branding, you can create logos. So basically, that's how it started.
So the passion started at a young age, where you used to do thumbnails on the phone.
Exactly.
And then it escalated to the major.
Yes.
Which you are a student in, you're majoring in graphic design, as you mentioned.
Exactly.
All right. So now you mentioned that you have a channel on YouTube. You have also that we know about the Instagram account. What kind of content you provide to the people, to the audience?
So my content is mostly focused on educational content. As you know, graphic design is a really big major. It's not only about the softwares, but also what are the rules and the theoretical aspect that you should know as a designer. How can you choose the right font, the right colors, the right design element that helps you to stand out in the market.
So I noticed while scrolling down your Instagram account, you like to share knowledge of your major. Why do you love sharing it?
Okay, so basically I gained this from my father. He's a professor. And also I'm passionate in education. When I was a self-taught graphic designer before I chose it as a major, when I used to learn or like search about anything that related to graphic design, like how can I use this software, there was a lack in the content, the Arabic content. So I said to myself, okay, since there is a lack, why I don't fill this gap, fill the gap, exactly. So I started to share my knowledge for the graphic designers and also for the content creators as well. So this information is not only for graphic designers, also for business owners and content creators.
And now I think everyone can be a graphic designer if they learned how to, if they copied someone's work maybe on Instagram or YouTube. But what makes you special? What makes you qualified to be a good or great graphic designer?
So I will not talk about myself. I will talk in general what are the skills that every graphic designer should know. One is the typography. Typography is really important. As a graphic designer, you need to know how to use or how to choose the right font and how to implement it in your design. The second thing, the color theory. The colors are important, and each color gives a feeling by itself. So for example, when I tell you the red color, red represents many things. It represents anger sometimes, it represents love, it grabs the attention. So all it represents
each color has a different.
Each color has a feeling, and you should implement this or choose this color depends on the context by itself. Also, marketing. Marketing is really important for graphic designers. As graphic designers, we will not only just learn about the tools and the color theory or typography. You should also learn skills that it's not related to graphic design, but it's important for every graphic designer.
It's related.
It's related. For example, marketing, because 90% of graphic designers in the field are freelancers. So as a freelancer, you have to know how to market for yourself so you can stand out. Also, you should have the negotiation skills, how to negotiate with your client, how to persuade them, how to communicate with them so they can buy your product or your service. Also, time management. It's really important for every graphic designer or every business guy.
Yes, exactly, indeed. Well, while looking at you, I really noticed the pen that you have.
Yeah.
It's really nice, and it reminded me of the day I started my YouTube channel, where I spent about a month trying to figure out what logo, what colors, and I actually searched for tips on how to use Photoshop to create my logo. However, during scrolling down your Instagram account, I found a video saying that you should not use this program, right? So can you explain why, what's the difference?
Okay, so you don't have to, you shouldn't use Photoshop to create logos, but Photoshop, it's really important software. It helps you to create social media designs, photo manipulation, photo retouching, so it's a really important software. But when I said don't use Photoshop, I meant for logos, because as a logo designer, there is another software called Illustrator. So let me tell you the difference between Photoshop and Illustrator. Photoshop is a pixel-based software, so it works with pixels, while Illustrator is a vector-based software. So whenever you size up or size down the logo, it will not lose its quality. So as a business owner or as a content creator, you have to design your logos in Adobe Illustrator. So if you size it up or size it down, it will not lose its quality. That's why I'm telling the people, do not design your logo in Photoshop.
Well, as a beginner, actually, I tried Photoshop, and thank God I only keep it in the corner, and it's very small, so nobody notices the pixelating thing. But well, it works. Maybe I should change it later. Now, tell me about your inspiration. Who inspires you to keep going, to keep making more content and ideas and be creative about it?
Everything inspires me. Inspiration, it doesn't come from a specific thing. What inspires me is everything around me. So for example, as a graphic designer in general, or as an educator, when you go to any mall, you will see everything. You will see the logos, the packaging, the elements, the texture. All of this is inspiration. It inspires you. So as a graphic designer, you have to be aware of anything that is around you, because anything is around you, the colors, the typography, the text, all the brands around you, it's related to graphic design, and it's a big inspiration that will help you to move on and keep going.
All right, sweet. All right, so also regarding to what we have spoke about just a minute ago. Now, Musaed, I really would like you to tell us the story behind you earning a certificate in Adobe and these programs. So tell us how you got it and how was it? How did it feel actually?
Okay, it felt so good. So the certificate, I was planning to take it a long time ago, but I had the time to take it now because I was free. So the Adobe Certificate, it helps me as an educator. So as an educator, you have to gain the people's trust. The people should trust you as an instructor, and they need to see what are the abilities that you have. So Adobe Certificate, it's a really important degree. It's basically an exam. If you pass it, you will take the certificate. I earned it in Adobe Photoshop.
Well, that's nice.
Yes.
So now you have clients and you work with as a freelancer, as you mentioned, or you're just a student right now?
I am a student as a freelancer and a freelancer as well.
So basically the certificate helps you in gaining more clients.
Exactly.
Even if I saw your account, then now, this is a trusted guy. I'm gonna have my work with him.
That's one reason also why I took the certificate, because as a graphic design student, when you graduate and apply for a branding agency or any place, they will check your CV, and when they see that you have certificates or you have these abilities, there is a big chance that you get in.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So Musaed, I have asked all the guests that were here in our show about how they used to film their content and what equipments they use. So what are your equipments?
Okay, I will give a small advice for every content creator, especially the beginners. To me, I was perfectionist. I want the best camera, the best setup and everything. But honestly, you don't have to buy expensive stuff to start creating content. Okay, so the equipments that I use phone, my phone, okay, a normal camera, and that's it.
Oh, so
just a phone.
You said you looked for a professional, way to film it, and then it's just a phone.
It's just a phone, and you just have to prepare for the topic, and that's it.
This is
just
exactly the same answer for every content creator that sat here. And we had like a few exceptions. They seek professional work in their field. However, they mentioned that mobile can do the job. As long as you have the content, then yes. So now tell us about the, some incidents or examples of a difficult design that you had to work on, and like what's the difference between working with normal, regular personal clients or companies, big companies.
Okay, the difference between working with small clients and big companies. Big companies, they have like a very high budget, a very high audience. So in order for you to design for them, you need to have, of course, all the abilities, the skills, and the risks will be much higher. So that's why you see sometimes a logo that costs $5 and another logo that costs maybe $5,000. So the risks are different, the abilities of the designer is different, and also the field is different. Each company has a, different goals, market.
So I'd say graphic designers feel comfortable working with a $5 design because they don't have to, meet the deadline, and the graphic that they are working on would be simple, I would say. Right?
It's not. I don't recommend you to choose $5.
I'm just wondering.
Even if you are unless if you are a small business and you just started, yes. But if you want to stand out to the market, especially now the competition is really hard. As a business, you have to build a really good visuals that is catchy. It grabs the people attention. It gives them a specific feeling that you want to express. So it's really important for you to focus on the visuals and even the logo. A good logo should be simple, should be appropriate, should be memorable in order to stand out in the market nowadays. So you have to, as a designer and a business owner also, you have to think about this.
Well, now thinking about the things that you worked on, which graphic design or work you worked on actually in this field stayed here, it left a touch or a mark in your heart because you worked so hard on it, it was so difficult, and you just admire the work that you have done?
Okay, there is one project that is special to me. I did it when I did my internship as a graphic designer. So as a graphic design student, we have a course called internship in graphic design. So you have to work in 120 hours in any company. They gave me this project. It's really big. It's about in consultancy. They asked me to do the logo, and I'm still a student, so it got approved, and I was so happy because I saw it in real life. They did an event in the opening, and I saw the logo, and I was so proud of myself, honestly.
Well, this is actually inspiring, and I'm really sure that it feels so good seeing your work on billboards, in the place itself. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And now, with that being said, I think we have reached the end of this lovely interview. But before we conclude, please look at the camera and tell the people an advice about your field, and then we can finish off.
So I have a general advice for the people who wants to find their passion. Me personally, I didn't know that there is something called the graphic design before I chose it as a major. So you just have to look down, see also what are the things that inspires you the most. I didn't know that the design inspired me until I knew that there is something called the graphic design as a major. So always try to find your passion, try to know the things that you love to do, because those are the things that inspires you the most.
Great. Thank you so much, Musaed. Thank you for being part of this interview.
Thank you so much.